What's up guys, Jiven here, bringing you another tutorial. Today I'm going to be giving you a couple tips to become an absolute beast in endgame. Before we get into that though, I just want to say thank you. We hit 1,500 people using code JivenTV in the item shop. I can't thank you guys enough. Without further ado, let's get into this video. So we're going to be taking a look at the highlights from some of the zone wars that I hosted on stream the other day. So here's the first moment that I want to explain in detail. Check it out. So as you can see, I was working to cut off my opponent. I was trying to box ahead of them and try to track which way they're going. As you can see, I first placed this box because this is the box I initially think he's going to, but he saw that I was trying to pre-box him, so he went around. Since he didn't go into that box, I knew he was going to go another box over. When you're boxing someone like that, you just want to place the cones and then the right walls. And then when they run in, you just bop them. This next trick is for when somebody's one box above you. Check out what I do here. I place a ramp and a cone, and then I edit the cone and place walls. So in this situation, he got through my walls and fell into my box, which works out really well. But let's say I block him with the walls, which was my initial plan. I plan to block him with this wall highlighted here. If I get him blocked like that, I can edit a window in that wall and full box him from below, and then take my shots. Shortly after that, I had so many heals, and so when you have a lot of heals like this and it's a 1v1, it's usually smart to just disappear in storm and do a heal off. It gave me the easy dub and I had plenty of heals to spare. As you can see here, I'm tunneling and I'm only blocking off my top and my left side. If you're ever on the side of zone like I am here, there's no reason to block off your right side or your front because there's no players over there. So this saves a lot of mats. If you can get to one side of the zone, you only need to use half the mats you normally would, so this is really useful. Then as you can see, I tried to pre-box this player, but it didn't work. I included this clip, even though I didn't execute it right. If you see somebody bouncing, you can box them while they're flying in the air. That way they land right in your box and then you can kill them. This next move is really useful if you see somebody triangle tarping, which is when they use the ramp and the floor to create a tunnel. If you see somebody doing that, you can try to place a wall and then edit the wall and place a cone in their box. That way they're in your box on top of your cone. So by placing this wall here, it gives you a major advantage because if they're stuck behind your wall, you can just go around and edit and take a peek shot, or you can do what I did here, edit through, place a cone and walls, and then they're in your box. So if you get in this situation where there's somebody tunneling two boxes to the side of you, you can try to grab their wall like I did here. I tried to edit their wall from a box away, which you can do if you have your wall builds out, but my crosshair placement was messed up so it didn't work. But I still went over and got the kill. So this move that you just saw is one of my favorite moves to do in late game. People hardly ever see it coming. It's so useful. I'll include multiple examples of this. As you can see, I try to get one box ahead of somebody and they'll be one layer above me. I get the cone and floor above me and then I hold the edit. As soon as they edit out their wall, I drop them in my box. If you need a refresh in late game, just get one box ahead of somebody and one box below and do this move, just like I did it here. I literally did this move 3 times this round and every single person was caught off guard. It helps if you have a cone in your box, that way they can't place a ramp when they get dropped in, which I didn't have a cone in my box in any of these situations, but yeah, that can be really helpful. So here's another example of me claiming a wall from a box away, but this time I actually hit the edit. So I didn't get the kill here, but this is what it would look like. If they're boxed up over there and I get their wall, I can edit it from way over here. Now this move's really good if you see somebody tunneling ahead really fast. You can try to get ahead of their tunnel and place the cone and floor above and then full box them from above. I get a big hit on them here, but they slip away. So as you can see, I see them tunneling ahead and I just cut them off with this cone and floor from above. This is another way you can do it. If you see somebody boxed up and zone is pushing into their back, they probably are going to need to tunnel forward soon. So you can try to get a cone and floor one box ahead of them and then wait for them to tunnel ahead, and once they do, you just edit on them. So as you can see, I was pickaxing his wall, and then I realized he's going to have to tunnel forward, so I go over one box and get ready to edit on him. The main way to get kills in late game is just cutting people off, trying to predict where they're going to be going based on where the storm is pushing them towards. So we've all been in this situation when you're out of mats and you're low. Best place to be is just hugging edge of circle like I am here. Keep your guns out, ready to shoot the first person that exposes themselves. I was so close to clutching this one up. Whoa, I'm not popping fish. So here is a perfect example of how to do the cutting off from below trick that I talked about. I had the cone in my box and everything. You gotta be patient with it sometimes, but it almost always works. You don't wanna wait too long, otherwise you might get shambles on backside of Storm, but I needed a refresh with heals here, so it worked out nice. So as you can see in this play, I get a tag on this player, but I'm not gonna run into Storm to chase him from that angle. Instead, I try to tunnel around the front side and cut him off. And it worked perfectly. You can easily predict where your opponents are going to be based on the Storm movement. So if you have the option to push somebody from behind or cut somebody off from the front, always choose the front. It's better to be in the safe zone than, Storm on your back. And then I go on to clutch this up, ? I'm stuck again. If you're in my situation here and you have one flopper, once you pop that one flop, you need to make a move on the opponent just in case they have more heals than you. You gotta kind of feel out the situation. Like if you think they have heals, then push them. If you think they don't have heals, maybe you just play it out. In this situation, I somehow had more heals than them. So another really good way to find tags and get picks is tunneling ahead and then making edits with your floor and cone behind you in your tunnel. Tunneling ahead and then editing that peek shot from above is OP, especially if you're looking for tags and like surge in late game. Notice how I tunnel here when I'm going past somebody's wall. I do the triangle tunnel and I grab the front wall also because I don't want them to get that wall. If they get that wall, they cut me off basically and I'll be stuck. So here I'm trying to stay ahead and I'm doing that peek from above like I just talked about. And then I get this back wall on this player. Grabbing somebody's back wall like this is really sneaky. They usually don't see it coming. Unfortunately, I died in that situation because my top was only covered by one wood floor. But this move is still really useful. Here's another situation where I get the back wall from them. If you made it this far in the video, I just want to say thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe if you're new. And if you don't already know, I have a second YouTube channel called More Jivin' TV where I post montages, extra gameplay, little mini podcasts on top of gameplay, lots of awesome stuff. So if you're not already following, the link is in the description. Peace.
Without a fight, no. I dread satanic, sinking ship, Titanic. Been doing it more, just to have a toast. A toast to celebration now, because we made it now. Like soldiers we go, march through hell we go. We don't wanna stay low. So work hard, it's all